Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys 5 things to avoid when applying to film school. This is basically the video I wish I saw before I started applying. There's not a lot of content about film schools right now on YouTube. I just went through the whole entire application process. So far I got into 5 film schools, didn't get a single rejection yet. USC film school comes out next Friday, so super nervous about that. I'll have a video of all my college reactions coming soon, and let's get into it. Number 1 is not putting enough efforts in your tests and your grades. Okay, I get it. Filmmaking is like an art thing, right? Film school is like basically an art school, and you know, why does grade matter? It's just art. If you can make better art, you get into film school, and that is true in some aspects. Your films are probably the most important factor when it comes to film schools, but grades and your GPA and your test scores also matter a lot. For example, like Steven Spielberg, he's so talented at filmmaking, and he couldn't get into film school because he didn't have the grades. And this just shows this is basically the thing. It's like a prerequisite almost. If you have terrible grades, they probably won't even consider your films. But unless you're that one prodigy who gets like a 10 on the ACT and still makes the best short films, I mean, I guess you probably could get in. But then again, why would you want to go to film school at that point? Basically for the ACT, I got a 32 after taking it like a few times. And then for my GPA, it's like a 4.12 or 4.2. I don't remember too well. But pretty much just all A's, maybe 1 or 2 B's. And I did take AP classes. And I just say, like, you don't have to get as high as me. Obviously, it's a little bit higher than the average. But you want to get somewhere near the average, just so you know that won't be a reason why they don't want you. So study on the ACT, get good grades, because I don't really think getting like you honestly have to try to fail and get D's on all your classes. Like school, especially schools in America, is really not that hard. And I might make a video on how to get straight A's in the future. Yeah, anyways, just make sure you do the best job you can in school, because that really matters when it comes to film school. Alright, tip number 2 is making your film supplement way too confusing. Okay, hear me out. This is not some art house film festival. This is basically Hollywood people. They want to see who are the people they're going to train to work in the industries. And if you make a movie that they don't understand or have a lot of trouble understanding, they're not going to like it. No matter how masterful, how emotional it is, if it doesn't make sense, this is really hard for the professors to actually want to let you in. So what I recommend is make your story a simple story. And I know a lot of schools have guidelines, so just follow their guidelines. I know I keep saying this, but I'll probably make a video in the future about how to get into each school that I got into. Spoiler alert, I did get into Chapman University with a huge scholarship, so I will make a video on that soon. However, I want to just say, with your film supplements, just make it simple. Not a lot of characters, not a lot of complex story arc. You have 5 minutes. Some even want 2 minutes, like Chapman. So just keep it really, really simple. 1 or 2 characters, maybe 2 locations if you want, but try to keep it 1 location. And a simple beginning, middle, end. Character wants something, something's in his way, he finally gets it. Or he makes a hard decision, right? So just make it a simple story. Don't make the timeline all confusing. I know this kid, kind of friends with him now. He won the All-American Best Drama, and basically he made a short film that got waitlisted at Chapman and rejected from USC. It's a beautiful short film, but it was just a little bit confusing for them, I think. They care about storytelling skills, and if they're confused on your storytelling skills, it doesn't matter how beautiful it looks. They don't want you. That's just the reality of film school. I don't run a film school yet, but well, I guess my YouTube channel is technically like an online film school almost at this point. Anyways, just keep it simple, nice, easy storytelling, and keep it like a linear story too. Beginning, middle, end. Not end, middle, beginning, end. Just don't mix it up, you know? Try to avoid flashbacks. I just feel like flashbacks are just kind of hard to do in such a small amount of time, to keep that in mind as well. Alright, tip number 3 is talking about filmmaking way too much in your essays. So depending on the school, they're going to tell you to write a lot of essays. I think I had to write almost 30 essays for all the schools. I applied to 11 film schools, and pretty much I had to write so many essays. It's insane. I'll probably make videos showing you guys those essays in the future, but basically it was just so much work, so many different essays, and just don't talk about filmmaking in all of them, okay? Like, let's just pretend you are the admissions office and you're just reading the essays, and everyone wants to do film and everyone's writing about film. And if you suddenly write an essay about marching band, or write an essay about traveling the world or something, I think that might be like a little fresh thing for them to think about. And if it's just about, oh, I made this short film, I filmed it, it was a lot of fun, some stuff went wrong, but everything was okay at the end. I mean, yeah, you can write 1 or 2 essays about that, but don't talk about it way too much, okay? Because they already know you're passionate about filmmaking through your activities, through your supplements, so you don't need to keep shoving filmmaking in their faces. Talk about something else you're passionate about, or talk about something in your life that means a lot to you, and I'm sure there is. Because if you're a filmmaker, you're a pretty cool person, and there's something inside you that you should talk about. Tip number 4 is getting the wrong people for your recommendation letters. So basically for me, I got 3 people to write my recommendation letters, and the funny thing is none of those people had anything to do with filmmaking. But considering the fact that I got into like 5 film schools so far, means that those recommendation letters definitely worked in a way. So my first recommendation letter, I got my English teacher, because you had to get one of your school teachers. So make sure you're friendly with your teachers. Make sure not every single one of your teachers hate you, because it's gonna be really hard to get a good recommendation letter if your teacher doesn't like you. So I'm my English teacher. In fact, I pranked her in her classroom. I put up these posters and she thought it was funny, and I ended up on the news. Maybe I'll put a link somewhere here for you guys to read that paper. But anyways, the second one was my music instructor, who's taught me clarinet for like 5 years, and he's a super cool guy. He's like a dude at a college. And then number 3 is my speech and debate coach, because I'm like the debate captain of my high school's forensics and debate team. And basically all of these people saw my leadership skills, saw my growth, and most importantly, saw my passion in filmmaking, right? So I definitely would recommend you finding people that you know have seen you grow, have seen your passion, and get those people to write the recommendation letters, because maybe it might not matter that much, but it definitely matters somewhat. And just make sure you don't neglect and get random people for recommendation letters. Okay, so I don't know if this is for all film schools, but most of these film schools are going to ask you, why do you want to go here? Why do you choose this major? These 2 questions come up over and over again, and I keep having to write new essays, because I didn't want to just write something generic and be like, I love filmmaking because of this, right? You have to show your passion for filmmaking. That's, I think, one of the most important things. I know I said it a few times, but passion is so important. Just make sure you show that you really love filmmaking. You want to do it for a really long time. And that's how they choose, the best people for their programs. So make sure when you're writing the whys, right? Explain to them why you want to do filmmaking, where you got the passion from. Just keep reiterating how much you love the art of filmmaking. And for the schools, I might make a separate video for this, because this does go into depth quite a bit, but I think you have to do your research on the schools, and I'll show you how to do research on schools and how to write like a perfect, why I want to go to your school video soon. Basically, you just make sure you show enough enthusiasm, and what's the best way of doing that? Show, not tell, right? Don't just say, I love your school. Show them that you love their school by doing research and dig deep into their website and figure out exactly what makes them so unique and why you want to go to that school so badly. And just write the most passionate essay as you can, and they're gonna like it. They're gonna be like, whoa, this kid, making my timbers shiver, or something. Yeah, anyways, basically just do it something that makes them think you are gonna go there. Because remember, colleges are not in the business of rejecting people. They're in business of getting the best people. So as long as you show that you're gonna want to go here and that you're passionate, they're gonna want you, trust me. Okay, so these are all the tips, but I want to talk about what are some of the best film schools you guys can apply to. So based on the 2021 Hollywood Reporter rankings, number 1 is NYU, and there is AFI, the American Film Institute. But the American Film Institute, you can't really go there as like a high schooler, like a high school graduate. You have to apply there after college, because you can only get into the graduate program. So I didn't apply to them because, well, I'm in high school. Anyways, and number 3 ranked is USC. I think that's number 1 ranked in my heart, because I just like the USC campus. I think You get the whole like California, Hollywood, college vibe to it, and NYU just feels, I don't know, just NYU just doesn't seem like my type of school, and it was just, like a huge building, and that's where you learn, and it's just not really my style. And then there's Chapman University. They're ranked really high. They grew quite a bit from the previous year. Chapman's a really nice school. I think maybe they might surpass USC. I don't know. They got a brand new filmmaking building. It's really nice. And then there's UCLA. I think they fell down in rankings quite a bit, but they're still a really solid school. There's LMU, Emerson, Boston University, FSU, Art Center, College of Design. Just check out the list, browse all the schools, but I'll for sure tell you guys my list soon. Video coming soon, trust me. The video is coming out probably late April, actually, on my college reactions. I'm actually so nervous for next Friday. Like, I want to get into that program so bad. But anyways, yeah, just make sure you consider all 5 tips I gave you in this video and implement it in your own, film school application process. Make sure you don't do any of these mistakes, and your chances definitely improve quite a bit. There are tens of thousands of people out in the world trying to get into the same school you want to get into. So hopefully, you're one of the few people that watch this video, and you probably know more than most people that are trying to apply. However, none of my tips is gonna matter if you don't make a good supplemental film. Remember what I said earlier? The most important piece of your film school application, in my opinion, is the film supplement. Your film is so important, and that's why you should check out this video on how I made my own college application film supplement. And I went through my whole thought process, and I talk about the behind the scenes. Pretty entertaining, and you're gonna learn a lot. So hopefully these tips were helpful to you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck on your film school applications. Peace out.